Welcome everyone back to the Crimson 15 podcast. I'm your host, Crimson Sen.
15 PCA.
A10454.
Be sure to check us out over on Twitter at C15 Podcast. Join the discussion over on Discord, link in the description below. And if you're enjoying the videos, be sure to sub, like, share, and hit that bell for notifications. Thor, Love and Thunder had another trailer. They released trailers pretty quickly, back to back.
They do.
And this one looked a lot better than the other one. You know, it touches on the comics. Here's the thing. If I didn't have to be so standoffish with Marvel and the decisions they make and the little comments they make outside of the films, this doesn't look bad at all. It actually looks kind of cool. But the way that they always talk about characters and like, we'll show you, and the way they do things like that, it makes me just worried about everything.
Oh, I'm very cautious.
Because this trailer makes it look like Jane Foster and Thor still care about each other.
Right. But then everyone has a rumor of like, is that really true? Is that more like
it's a straight bait?
Yeah.
Because they even you see them kind of maybe touching hands or whatever when they're standing next to each other. Is it a straight bait?
Right, because then there's also the other joke of like when she's like, "Well, it's my very first real villain I'm gonna fight," like for Jane Foster, and he's like, "Oh yeah, you don't forget your first," which is like, "Oh, like your first love, like your first battle." Whatever.
So when you actually really truly love. And here's the thing: if we're going to take Marvel's What If as like canon, it shows you that they always care about each other.
Yep.
Like in every world, it's kind of like with Peggy and Steve.
Right?
They always love each other. And no matter what the situation is, they always kind of care about each other. So is that what we're doing here? Because remember in that one with Party Thor, like she was like enamored with him because he's cool. He's freaking Thor.
Right.
The action is cool. I like the music. We get the Guardians and Galaxies. And I like how he's Guardian of the Galaxy look where it's kind of like the red leather jacket.
And he's like this with it. See, that was funny.
But he needs to... I do like his costume with the gold because that's like a cool Thor looking armor.
It is.
But isn't the hammer destroyed?
So unless Jane puts it back together, but I don't know how you would forge it. You know what I mean? Like,
because I know Captain America, or because he brought the hammer back from the other world in Endgame.
And this is a different Jane.
See, because are they doing the multiverse thing with this Janeway? Or Janeway. With Jane?
Yeah.
So is this the same hammer from Endgame, but wouldn't Captain America have returned that hammer to that world?
He did, but remember, the last part we saw in Mjolnir is that it was broken.
Yeah.
But again, it was just broken in what
Ragnarok. Oh yeah, it was like remember they were in they were on the Rainbow Bridge when she broke it, right?
Mm-hmm. No, they were in that field, remember?
Oh.
And she...
See, but I don't know how they go about to explaining reforging.
The thing is, I hope it's not a Jane Foster from another reality, because they're using that too much.
I know.
You gotta stop, Marvel, for a little bit. For a little while.
Let's back off the multiverse stuff for a little bit.
A little bit.
But and then even, Valkyrie's like, hey, am I seeing there's some feelings here? And he's like, oh, of course not. Is this 100% straight bait? I can't help but think they're going to be like, he's a lovesick puppy, but she likes the women's.
Or has a different love interest altogether, or not interested.
Yeah.
And then
it's she totally was before.
Remember in Toy Story 4 how Bo Peep was treating
kind of like
Woody?
That. Maybe that's what we'll get.
No hugs. No, don't touch me.
Right, until the very end of the movie.
See,
the very end.
And he had to throw everything away to have her.
Yeah.
That's so... Toy Story 4 is awful. So, everything else, again, if it wasn't for those feelings, this actually looks pretty dang good. Yeah. So, Gore. He doesn't look like his comic book counterpart. I'm hoping... Because he looks almost frail.
Yeah.
I'm hoping when he fights, he gets, like, powered up or something. Or more monstrous looking. Mm-hmm. Because here it just looks like albino...
Oh yeah, Christian Bale. It doesn't look good. I mean, I don't know the character like you said. Like I'm pretty sure none of us.
I've only seen pictures.
We've seen pictures in the comics, but he doesn't look like the comic book character at all.
No.
He's got a cool like kind of like a cloak thing going on.
And his face is a little more alien. Like
he almost looks like the aliens from Alien Covenant.
Yeah, kind of.
The space jockeys.
Yeah.
He kind of has like that white look in his face, but his whole thing is he doesn't like gods, so he's gonna kill all the gods. And I do like the fact that he's like, oh. But again, the straight bait. It's like you're different from other gods because gods only care about themselves, but you care about somebody else, so you have something that's worth fighting for. Well, obviously he cares about Jane, so let that mean something.
Right. Let that. Like I said, let this. I don't know where you go with this relationship because again, having two
double Thors,
having two powerhouses because technically in the Marvel universe they could just kind of really whoop.
Yeah, they could whoop some butt because even in the comics when they did the multiverse thing, they did Thor core where it's just Thors from all the different universes, and they would just go around taking care of everything. Because Thor is that powerful.
He can literally split his power to like tens of thousands and still be freaking powerful.
That's how powerful Thor is.
Yeah.
So, it looks like a lot of fun. But again, all those lingering feelings about what Marvel's doing. Like,
well, you're worried about Valkyrie. That's the key.
Yeah, well, the king. And she's a king.
Yeah.
Well, why can't you be a queen?
Exactly.
That's such a stupid thing to say. Unless they do some stipulation where only a king can rule Asgard. Well, I'll just be a king then.
Yeah.
But since you're the ruler, you can change it.
Yeah, exactly. Or Thor can change it and say, now I can be ruled by a queen. Goodbye.
Yeah.
Like,
I don't know. I like everything with Thor. He's a cool guy. Chris Hemsworth does it really well. But here's the big gag at the end. I guess we have Zeus at the end. That's and he's like, oh, let's see who you really are. And he and it knocks off all of his clothes. And of course, Chris Hemsworth has a rockin' freaking complete, the cover of Golden Axe, look. So he's like, oh, you snap too powerful to knock all his clothes off. So you see like his ass. Well, why can't we see Jane Foster's ass?
That would never happen.
Or Valkyrie.
Or Valkyrie's ass.
Never. That would never happen.
Of course we're not going to see her tits, but wouldn't it have been funny to see her butt? Which is really funny because didn't she do that stupid fantasy film where she was like in the lake, whatever, and she was bathing? I forget who was in it with her.
Oh, I don't remember.
Yeah, and then she you totally see like her butt, and then she's like, well, can't you guys turn around so I can get dressed? And like, yeah, sure, but they keep going, and they keep looking as they're turning.
I don't remember that.
So Natalie Portman has no qualms about showing her butt because she did it in that film. Like, wouldn't it be funny if they both were up there? And he's like, whoa, like
right.
That. But no, only the man can be prostrated and look at him. And then all the girls pass out because he's so handsome or whatever. Yeah, it's a joke and it's funny, but we're in a world now where it's like, it's only funny to make fun of the guy.
Yeah, it's one of those things where like I always say this, like we know why you're doing it, so it kind of irks me a little bit.
Oh, it definitely irks me a lot.
Did they do a whole Austin Powers thing where like the hammer's flying around and just blocking his balls?
They should.
So you never see it as he's fighting. It's always like in the way.
There's a person carrying like a silver platter.
It's always in the way.
See, that could be funny, but again, but you get to do it at the expense of a guy.
Yeah,
right. Or how they say like, oh, it's kind of cool that all the women are getting their thing, and it's like, guys, this would be okay if we knew that wasn't your agenda. Yeah. We know it's your agenda.
You have a reasoning behind it.
Yeah.
Take that.
Right.
What's that take that culture?
I don't know. And I just feel like it's not going to be good for Marvel in the future.
No.
It's only going to get worse, not going to get better.
So again, if it wasn't for all those other lingering feelings, I would be really hyped for this, but all those background things make me go...
Like I was hyped for Ragnarok. That looked cool and it was cool.
Yeah. They can't help themselves. They can't help
they
themselves. Crimson's in here. Thanks for watching the video. Remember, you can contact us on any of the social media platforms in the description down below. And while you're here, be sure to click on one of the videos over on the right.